this session. All right, my friends. So let me just see, we are recording, looks like, just bear with me one sec here. This is fairly new. This is only my second time recording. All right, so for today's seminar, I'm going to be giving you some options of moving, and it's optional, right? So if you just want to sit back and listen and enjoy, you can do that too. And if you do want to take the option of joining in on the movement, I will give standing and seated, okay? So lots and lots of options today. For those of you on Zoom, if you have any questions, you can put them in the chat box and I'll try to answer them at the end. And if you're on the phone, we'll unmute you at the end to see if you have any questions. And you can always email me, right? You can email me or give me a call at the center and I will get back to you with any questions. So before we get started, to reduce and avoid injury, you should check with your doctor before beginning any fitness program. By performing any fitness exercises, you're performing them at your own risk. The town of Aurora will not be responsible or liable for any injury or harm you sustain as a result of participating in our online fitness or information shared on our website or social media channels. This includes emails, videos, and texts. All right, so getting your steps in at home. Bear with me one sec. Getting your steps in at home. So some of you guys have step counters. So you might have a Fitbit, a pacer, maybe it's an app on your phone, an Apple Watch. I have an Apple Watch. If you don't have a step counter, do not worry, you don't need it, okay? And those of you who do have it, I'll be making some references to your steps. If you don't worry, okay? So before we get started, what are benefits of walking and movement? You don't need any special equipment, right? So you can just walk. All you really need to do is walk, is have a pair of shoes. It reduces heart disease, obesity, diabetes, high blood pressure. It helps with depression and anxiety. It helps your core strength and balance. So that's a really good reason right there. It gives you an overall feeling of wellness and happiness. And it helps to take away soreness. It helps to loosen you up, especially if you're feeling stiff. So some of you who have been working with me before, who have done seminars with me before or classes, have heard me say motion is lotion, right? So even by going for a walk, you're gonna feel better. You're gonna loosen up. So lots of really good reasons to walk. Now, a lot of us have probably heard 10,000 steps a day. Whoa, right? 10,000 steps a day. For some of us, that sounds crazy. It sounds insane. And for some of us, that may just be a Saturday afternoon. Why 10,000 steps? So if you have a Fitbit, it automatically starts you at 10,000. Now, I do believe that you can change it from that number. But so that when you first get that Fitbit, 10,000 is the number. And the reason why is because CDC recommendation is adults should get at least 150 minutes of moderate exercise per week, which is approximately 30 minutes a day, which is perhaps 10,000 steps a day for the average person. That number might not be right for you. And I'm going to say that again. 10,000 steps, that might not be the right amount of number for you, okay? So that's really, really important to remember and to know. The average North American adult walks an average of 3,000 to 4,000 steps in a day. Oops. If you don't have a step tracker and you're looking to increase your steps, my recommendation is to just start moving or walking 5 more minutes a day, 10 more minutes a day, and then 15 more minutes a day. If you do have a step or an Apple Watch or a Fitbit, then kind of get your base. So how many steps on average do you do a day? That's your base number. And then you want to try to bring it up by 1,000 steps every week. Okay. And over 2 or 3 weeks. And that's going to help you get higher and higher in that step number. So like I said, if you don't have a way to count your steps, don't worry. It doesn't matter. If you do, some people really do like to keep track of their steps. See if you can start to increase by 1,000 steps a day. Okay, so how do we get more steps in a day? Now, let's be honest. If this was a year ago, I would have said, when you go to the grocery store, park farther away. When you go to the mall, take a couple extra laps around. You know, going for more walks, this and that. Taking the stairs instead of the elevator. However, we are staying safely at home. So things are a little bit different. It also means we're spending more time not moving. So little things like we aren't meeting friends for lunch. We're not going to the library. We're not going to meetings or special events. All those things that we did in our day, we were still walking to our car, walking into buildings, and that was all more movement. Even if you were going to eat, you still had to get there. It was more steps. It was more movement in your day. So we're seeing a lot less movement. Some movement is better than no movement. Okay, now I want you to notice that I haven't and I won't be today using the word exercise, right? Because I want you to move. This is about movement, not about exercise. And I want you to remember that again. Some movement is better than no movement. So write that on your fridge. Make a note, put it beside your bed. Put it beside your favorite chair. Write it on the mirror in your bathroom with lipstick. Some movement is better than no movement. Okay, so I want to go over a few easy ways we can get steps or movement into our day. So sometimes we get really hung up on it's all or nothing, or it has to be big, or we have to set aside a certain amount of time every day to move, and you don't. So I'm going to give you a few little hints on some things we can do to get more steps into our day. So one of them is when you're brushing your teeth, right? It's something we do twice a day, maybe some of you more, maybe some of you less, but we brush our teeth. So when you're brushing your teeth, that's a really good opportunity to do some calf raises. And what's a calf raise? It's coming up on the balls of your feet and then pressing your heels back down. So as you're brushing your teeth, and the nice thing is you're at the counter, so you can actually hang on to the counter with one hand for balance. Now, not only are we moving, we're helping our ankles, right? And it's working our balance. And your teeth are getting clean. So you can do calf raises while you're brushing your teeth. When you're washing dishes, and even if we have dishwashers, there's still certain dishes we have to wash, do some hamstring curls. And what's a hamstring curl? It's just a kick behind, or maybe it's a toe tap behind. So as you're washing your dishes, you're just doing some hamstring curls. Peeling potatoes or doing any work kind of at the counter in the kitchen is add a side step in. So step to the right, step to the left as you're doing what you're doing. I don't recommend doing a side step if you're working with a sharp knife though, right? I was peeling potatoes last night and I was doing the side step, right? Just moving. instead of just standing still. That's going to add steps into your day. It's going to add movement into your day. When you take a phone call or when you're on the phone, some people, as soon as the phone rings, they go to that favorite chair, right? And sit. Walk around while you're talking on the phone. And I'm going to tell you another reason is you want to be able to walk and talk, right? So, and as we age, we tend to not be able to do 2, 3, 4 things at the same time. So you want to be able to walk and talk. So as you're walking on that or talking on that telephone, just walk around your house. That's going to add steps and movement to your day. Guys, just dance, right? Dance, be silly for no reason. Like you're walking, you're coming out of the bathroom, be happy. Dance as you come out of the bathroom. Be silly. Doesn't have to be any rhyme or reason to it. Just move. That's going to help. And it makes you feel happy. It makes you feel better. When the kettle is on, you're waiting for it, or when the microwave's on, that's a great time to add some squats into your day. So as that microwave's going, right, maybe you're popping some popcorn, balance, or life is all about balance. Now, if squatting isn't an option, maybe you just want to march or do some high knees on the spot. So instead of when the microwave is heating up your coffee or your afternoon snack or lunch, or the kettle's waiting for the kettle to boil, instead of just hanging out, standing in the kitchen, waiting, add in some movement, whatever that might be. Take the stairs an extra couple times in your day, right? Do that extra up and down of the stairs and make it purposely, right? When you're watching TV, stand up during the commercials. Now, this is a big one because a lot of people don't watch commercials anymore. We either watch Netflix or Prime Video or whatever it is, your platform, or we PVR. We take stuff and then watch it. So maybe if you're watching something taped, don't fast forward through the commercial, okay? Watch the commercial and use it to stand up and wiggle and move, okay? And that's actually something that I've been doing. So even though we have stuff taped, it drives my husband nuts. The commercials stay on. During the commercial, I get up and move, and I just move around. And it can even just be like a wiggle, right? I will do this. It feels good. It keeps you from getting tight. It keeps you from getting stiff. So just move on those commercials. Get up and turn the TV on and off. So we lost our volume converter for our TV. So we've been having to get up every time we want to turn it up and down, which is nuts because different shows come in at different times. And then we found the converter, but we're still doing it. We're still getting up to turn it on and off. So that's a good little trick, right? Maybe it's the power button or maybe it's the volume, kind of do it right on the TV. When you're emptying the dishwasher, add a little dance or a little movement in. Like emptying the dishwasher is super duper boring, okay? So maybe, when you take that plate out of the bottom of the dishwasher, instead of just taking one step and putting it up on the shelf, you take that dish out of the dishwasher, you do a little side step, maybe a little hip wiggle, make your way over and then put it up. Add more movement into things that you're doing, okay? So those are just some little hints or little ways that you can add some movement in things that you're already doing in your day. All right. So now, good news, actually I have a little secret for you, is it doesn't have to always be steps or standing. You can get in extra step and extra movement while you're seated, right? So something you can do while you're seated is you can roll your hands. So I call this a speed bag. You make two fists and you roll one fist over the other, right? Just one wrist in front of, or one hand in front of the other. And then you can bring it up high, and then you can bring it down low, bring it up high, bring it down low. That's another really, really good one you can do. It's going to get your heart rate up a little bit. And it's going to bring that step count up, or that movement up. So again, really, really important. The other thing you can do is seated boxing. I love boxing. It's very therapeutic. So you're seated in your chair and you can actually, right, just do some punches. Move around. And again, you can do this on the commercials. You can do it while you're watching TV. Now, if you have a spouse, they might get a little worried if all of a sudden you started punching in front of yourself. But have fun with it. Have a good time. You can punch up to the ceiling. You can punch down to the floor. You can punch in front of you, okay? So lots of options there. So what I want to do is I want to take you through a 10-minute kind of walking workout. And this is where this, excuse me, I said at the beginning that the movement is optional. So if you want to join in on this about 10 minutes of exercise, please do so. And if you don't, that's okay too. And you are more than welcome to be seated for this. So I will be giving seated options. Now, so we're going to do 10-minute workout here, or sorry, not even a workout, a walking movement, walking workout. Excuse me. Those of you who are on the phone with me, if at any time you don't understand what I mean when I'm talking through the exercise, just come into a walk or into a march on the spot, okay? So remember, some movement is better than no movement. So we're going to do approximately 10 minutes. Approximately 10 minutes is going to be a quarter of a kilometer. And that's going to give or take 1,000 steps. Just excuse me for 1 sec, guys. Sorry, I had some water and it went down the wrong tube there. So a quarter of a kilometer, and it's going to give or take about 1,000 steps. So think of it, 10 minutes, 1,000 steps. So if you're looking to increase your step count, this is really good little thing you can do for 10 minutes. We're going to work through a few different moves because I'll be honest with you, standing, walking on the spot for 10 minutes can be kind of boring. So I'm going to change it up. Know that you can always come back to your march, or you can always come back to your walk on the spot, right? You don't have to do any of the other moves. I want everybody to remember their talk test. So your heart rate should never come up so high that you can't say a full sentence, right? So you want to be able to talk the entire time. If that happens, I just want you to come back to a slower walk, breathing in through your nose, out through your mouth. All right, my friends, let's have a little bit of fun here. And I'm going to do most of this standing. I will do seated options. Whoops. All right, so we're going to start with actually walking or marching on the spot. And as you're doing that, you want to push your shoulders down away from your ears. So let's just start marching or walking on the spot. And if you're seated, of course, you're in that chair and you're doing the same thing. Now, I've got another secret for you. The more you swing your arms, the harder you work. Your legs don't have to go any faster and any higher. So get those arms involved. Now, shoulders are down away from your ears, chest is up, everything's at your own speed, at your own pace. Let's take this wider. And wider's whatever you want it to be. Maybe those knees come up a little higher, maybe they don't. That's okay. Bring it back in narrow. So we're just marching, we're just walking. It's all movement. It all makes us feel better. Take it wider. Arms are swinging, shoulders are down away from your ears. Bring it back in narrow. Okay, now let's see if we can go a little faster or a little bigger here. We're here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now we're going to go 1, 2, 3, tap. 1, 2, 3, tap. So friends, we're just marching on the spot. We're going single, single, double. 1, 2, tap. We're just moving. Remember that talk test. Now, staying here, or we're going to move this. So we're going to go, come forward, tap, take it back, tap. 1, 2, 3, tap, back, 2, 3, tap. Forward, 2, 3, tap, back, 2, 3. So it's a 4 count. We're just moving, we're grooving, we're feeling great. Step count's going up. Happiness is coming. Walking forward, walking back, 2, 3, tap. 1, 2, 3, tap. 1, 2, 3, tap. Back, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, tap. Back, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, now we're going to come back to staying on the spot. Now we're going to switch it to a heel dig. So heel is on the floor as we extend our leg out in front of us. Heel dig. And arms come in front and back. So this is one of my fave moves at home. I'm forever doing this. For real. My husband's like, what are you doing? I like it. It's easy to do. I feel like I'm working a little harder than just marching. Now I want you to change arms. Arms come up overhead. So whenever arms come up, we work harder. That being said, no, you can bring those arms down. We're still in a heel dig. All right, now we're going to take it to a side tap. Right leg tap to the side, then left. Right, then left. Right, then left. Right, then left. We're alternating. Right, then left. Right, then left. Right, then left. All right, now we're going to switch it and bring arms up overhead. So it's almost like your arms are coming into a V. Still switching legs to the side. Switchity switch. Remember, you can come back to that march anytime or that walk anytime you want to. Okay, now we're going to switch right to our curl. Curling. So when you curl, maybe your toe taps behind you, or maybe it's bigger. And this is another one of my faves. I love a hamstring curl. Now, I had suggested that this is something that you do while you're washing dishes. I do this a lot of times when I'm washing dishes. And I also get water all over the place, but that's a whole nother story. We're still in that hamstring curl. And now we're going to come to high knee. So right knee up, then left. Right, then left. Right, then left. Chest up, chin up. Now we're moving. All right, so let's go through that again. Heel dig, go for it, heel dig. Now, if you're doing this at home, then maybe you're watching a movie, maybe you've got music playing. You can count. I would do 8 counts, or just do it. Do this hamstring curl until you're bored of it, and then switch it to your side tap. Let's switch to the side tap, right, then left, right, then left. So you don't have to make it such a chore, right? You don't have to get hung up on how many you do. So you just side tap until you're done. And then let's switch it to our curl. Curling. And you're making this as big or as little as you want. Curling, 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 curling. Keep going. Chest up, chin up. All right, high knee. Okay, so we went through it that time. I didn't count. We just did it. Maybe we did more side taps than curls. It doesn't matter. It's about movement, okay? It's about moving. It's about feeling good. It's about staying healthy and happy. And then I'm going to get you to come back to that march again, or walking on the spot. Okay, so that was 4 moves, right? We did our hamstring, our heel dig. We did a side tap. We did a hamstring curl. And we did high knees. 4 moves. Stay in that march. 4 moves that change it up so you're not just walking on the spot, yeah? Okay, so now what I want to do is let's step it up a little bit more. Let's go into a kick. Kick, kick. So kick right leg, then left. As you're doing this, both arms are going to go up overhead. Right leg, then left. Right, then left. So we're just kicking. We're kicking. Now, let's change it up. Right leg comes up, left leg kicks. Switch it. Alternate, alternate. So this is a bit more aggressive, but it's fun, right? Have some fun with it. So this is another one you can add in. It's going to help with those shoulders. Keep moving. Let's do 4, switch, 3, switch, 2, switch, 1, switch, come back into your march or stepping on the spot. Marching or walking, shoulders are down, and we're just walking. Now make sure chest is up and chin is up. Okay, now we're going to take it wide again. Bring it narrow. Take it wide. Bring it narrow. Now, just keep doing this. Out, out, in, out, out, in. Now, maybe try this when you're watching one of your regular shows tonight. So maybe it's Jeopardy, maybe it's the news. But watch, use this. For no reason, you're not counting. You're just moving and getting more movement into your day. Come to stillness. Take an inhale, bring both arms up overhead, in through your nose, and let the air out. Let's do it again. Inhale, exhale. Let's do it again. Inhale, exhale. One more time. Inhale and exhale. And I just want you to take those shoulders, roll them back a couple times. And we're getting that breathing under control. So breathe in through your nose, out through your nose. All right. So let's grab a drink. So that didn't take very long, right? And that added quite a few steps into our day. But like I said, don't get wrapped up in the steps. It added movement into your day, right? Which is really, really important. My friends, we have come to the end of our chat, or not our chat, sorry, the end of our seminar for today. Before I say goodbye, next week we go back to deep breathing. and it's going to be more of a practice, right? So I'm going to send out an email to everyone, or we'll be contacting you, and to sign you up. We're going to sign you up for the whole month. So we have some exciting wellness seminars coming out. So someone asked how many steps would that of 10 minutes have been? 10 minutes. Now I'm not 100% sure with our exact time, but 10 minutes of doing that is going to be, give or take, about 1,000 steps, right? Not too bad, right? So I would love to hear from you. If you start adding some movement into your day, let me know. Let me know how you're feeling. Let me know the overall, your overall feeling of wellness, right? I love to hear from you. I love any feedback. Andrew, do you want to unmute the phone so I can see if anyone has any questions?
Thank you. Have a nice day.
Thank you, Brandy. That's great.
Thank you, everybody. Have a great day. Enjoy the sun.
Bye.
My friends on Zoom, if you could just hold on one sec. Does anyone on the phone have a question? All right. Go ahead.
Okay, I'll have
Bye.
to give you a call because of my situation with the computer.
Yes, so we did record it, and I'm not sure why don't you just hang on the line for one sec?
Yes.
All right, my friends. I hope everyone has a great rest of their day. And
that was great, Brandy.
Hopefully I'll talk to you next week.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Take care
Brandy.
now.
Thanks,
See
Brenda.
you.
Thank you, Brandy.
Thank
Okay.
you. Bye.
Thanks, Brandy.
Bye.
Thanks, Sunshine.